Welcome to DML Discovery Metal Legion. That's right, today we are reviewing Megadeth's brand new album, The Sick, The Dying and The Dead. Now, it's been years since Megadeth released an album. The previous album was Dystopia, which was a really good album overall. So this album is, in my opinion, a little bit more experimental by Megadeth. They really harness in the energy. This is definitely one of the most heaviest Megadeth albums I have heard. Now, I'm pretty fortunate enough to listen to this album thanks to a promo. Today I'm going to give you an album review for Megadeth's brand new album, The Sick, The Dying and The Dead. The overall production on this album is actually really good, and I do love the tone of the guitars. The tone of the guitars have that metallic feel, but also that raw thrash metal production. This is not as overproduced as Dystopia. It's a very good and well-defined sounding album. And Megadeth really shine on some of these songs. They do experiment. Songs like Dogs of Chernobyl, even the first song, The Sick, The Dying and The Dead, self-titled track, they implement a few like electronic elements that build this atmosphere. And not to mention, there are just great guitar solos on this. Dare I say, this is probably one of the best thrash metal albums of the year. Yes. And I was really looking forward to this Megadeth album, and I'm so glad I listened to it just before. There are actually 12 new tracks with 2 cover tracks. We'll go on with the cover tracks first. Police Truck and This Planet's on Fire, Burning in Hell featuring Sammy Hagar. Now, Police Truck, a Megadeth cover, Dead Kennedys, and Police Truck is a pretty fun song overall. I just feel like that I may have got the bonus edition, I'm not too sure, but I feel that We'll Be Back is probably the closer of this album, and I'm pretty sure I probably got the deluxe edition. But Police Truck's a really good song. The lyrics are really energetic in your face, some great drumming as well. Dave Mustaine's vocals are very good, and This Planet's on Fire, Burning Hell featuring Sammy Hagar, very good stuff. Sammy Hagar writes this song. Sammy Hagar also is on guitar as well. A brilliant song overall. And it's a good closer to an album, but I just feel that this is probably not on the original album. Let me know below whether you got these songs or not. But yeah, This Planet's on Fire, Burning Hell is a spicy meatball. This album goes around about an hour long, so it is a fairly long album by Megadeth. Let's talk about this juicy, spicy album. Yes, it is a very different sounding album by Megadeth. This is probably the most energetic they have sound probably since well, Dystopia was pretty energetic as well, but I'm gonna say probably Countdown to Extinction. I think that's what it's called. A great album that was. Their sound is very defined on this. There are some amazing solos on this. So The Sick, The Dying and The Dead, the self-titled track, is fantastic, a very slow build-up. Some really enjoyable guitar moments, and Dave Mustaine's vocals are very good. I do love the acoustic build-up throughout the middle part of the song, which is great, and his vocal build-up is really good as well. Distinctive, rich and warm vocals. His vocals at times can get meandering, but it works overall. Some ripping guitar solos as well by Dave Mustaine. I really enjoy the backup vocals by Kiko as well, and the drums by Dirk are absolutely spectacular. Some great drum fills on this song, and overall, The Sick, The Dying and The Dead, to kick off Megadeth's brand new album, is fantastic. So next up is Life in Hell. This is a very aggressive song by Megadeth. Really enjoyed Dave Mustaine's vocals on this, but the guitar is quite heavy hitting. It really is, especially the drums. This is a throwback to the early stuff by Megadeth, in my opinion. It's thrashy. It's just a really good song, and not to mention Dave Mustaine really experiments on his vocals. Like, he does incorporate a few distant growls on this, which is great. So next up is Night Stalker featuring Ice-T. Ice-T's on this song, and it's fantastic. His vocals are very good on this. This is another thrashy, heavy, thrashy guitar driven song. Enjoyable solos, but I do enjoy the ending as well. Some beautiful clean guitars, but yeah, it's a great song. The next up is Dogs of Chernobyl. Now, this is my favorite song off the album. and I think it's terrific. This is one of Megadeth's best songs in my opinion of all time. It's just terrific. Really slow build up to the introduction with the static noises, and you know, it's talking about Chernobyl, of course, the dogs of Chernobyl, and I just really do enjoy it. I love the slow build up, the slow paced guitar, and there's some really awesome drum fills on this, especially the middle part of the song. Some excellent guitar solos as well, headbanging at times, and just really thrashy moments, but even doomier moments on this song as well. It's quite a progressively long song. It's around about 6 minutes, but it works overall, and this is definitely one of my favorite songs of Megadeth's The Sick, the Dying, and the Dead. The next up is Sacrifice. This is definitely one of the most experimental songs of the album. Dave Mustaine does have those really yelling, even growls on there. It's headbangingly thrashy at times, great guitar rhythms, and I love the overall production on this. Really nice layering as well. Where Dr. Chernobyl was a much more slower paced song with some really thrashy moments, this is more in your face, fuck you, thrashy goodness. So next up is Junkie, and I fucking love the intro. Junkie! It's good. This is a good song overall. Definitely, in my opinion, probably one of the weakest songs off the album. I just feel that this is probably a filler for Megadeth's The Sick, the Dying, and the Dead. Great drumming, over-the-top guitar solos, but yeah, Junkie is just a good song. I just feel that it's probably the song is just being thrown in there. Psychopathy, this is a good interlude, you could say. This is an interlude by Megadeth, and some really nice slow guitar work, and mainly acoustic, clean guitar. With his vocals slowly building towards the next song, which is Killing Time. Killing Time is like the lead on from Psychopathy. It's a really good song, definitely one of the best songs off the album. Hard-hitting moments, thrashy moments, and great guitar riffs, and his vocals are very good on this. And yeah, Dave Mustaine's vocals are absolutely fantastic on this overall album. Like, as a whole, this album is terrific. It's definitely going to be a grower for many people out there, but I think this is a really good album by Megadeth. So Killing Time is fantastic, some interesting, cool paced guitar solos. Leads on to Soldier On. Soldier On, I feel like, is probably sounding very similar to something out of like 13, which isn't a bad thing. I really do enjoy the album 13. This is a good song. Enjoy the chorus. I got to soldier on. Great chorus. Great guitar riffs and good song structure. Soldier On it's catchy. It's definitely one of the most catchiest songs off the album. It's less orthodox than a lot of songs, especially on this album. The next up is Celebitanti, if that's how you pronounce it. This has probably got one of the best guitar solos, especially the ending. It's fantastic. There's a lot of emotion on this song. It's quite fast and heavy. There's some really good drumming, and there's really nothing much I can complain about this song. It's just there. It just exists. Next up is Mission to Mars. Now, Mission to Mars is a really slow-paced song. And I feel that a lot of people are going to complain about this, especially some reviewers out there, like no names, Trenches and Meltdown. I think they're going to complain about this song, Mission to Mars, just because I feel that I can see how some reviewers are going to say that these lyrics are cheesy and everything, like the chorus doesn't really fit. I feel it's great. I've heard this song a few times now. I think this song warrants to be on this album. It's terrific. It's got really cool chuggy riffs on it, some great guitar solos, but it is a slow, much more slower paced song than a lot of songs on this album. Nearly as slow as Dogs of Chernobyl. But this particular song is fantastic, and it's great. It's a good build up to the final song, which is We'll Be Back. How many fucking guitar solos do you need on this song? It's fantastic. I feel that this is definitely the last song of the album, apart from the two cover songs. This was the first single as well, and it's terrific. The music video is fucking amazing. This album is very good. It's definitely one of my favorite albums of the year. So, for Megadeth, The Sick, the Dying, and the Dead, I'm giving this an 88%. This overall is a very good album by Megadeth. I feel that it is definitely not one of their best. They do have different sounds on this album. But yeah, this is much more of a heavier album by Megadeth. 88% fantastic. Definitely need to listen to it a little bit more. But yeah, this is one of my favorite albums of the year. And Megadeth, The Sick, The Dying, and The Dead did not disappoint. A lot of people probably shitting on Dave Mustaine's vocals and everything like that. In my opinion, he sounds absolutely fucking fantastic on this. He sounds terrific. The overall band sounds amazing as well. This is a very good album by the big M, which I mean Megadeth. And I will see you in the next one.